From the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at Rupavahini. We are ready to bring you the top stories here at home and around the world. I'm Aloe.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
The suspect related to the Anuradhapura hospital incident arrested. People expressed their dissatisfaction against the doctors' strike. The president says that national economy can be strengthened through a proper city development. Tense situation erupted at the distribution of UNP new appointments. A report of expenses by speakers presented to Parliament. Ukraine is ready for 30-day total ceasefire with Russia. Sri Lanka becomes host of the South Asian Football Championship after 17 years.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top story. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayanthi stresses that the government severely considered the security and the protect professional or social status. Meanwhile, the Government Medical Officers Association has said that although the relevant suspect was taken into custody, they will engage in the strike continuously. Doctors of the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital started a strike today, demanding the arrest of the suspect who is connected to the raping incident in the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital. The media spokesman of the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Chomal Vijay, said that they have decided that if the suspect is responsible for sexually abusing a female doctor at Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital is not arrested by tomorrow morning, the ongoing strike, currently limited to Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital, will be extended to all hospitals in the North Central Province. Speaking to media yesterday, Dr. Chomal Vijay stated that if the suspect remains at large by tomorrow evening, the strike will be expanded island-wide. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayanthi has gone there to look into the incident. The Health Ministry has also taken measures to conduct a special investigation in this regard. A discussion over this matter was also held this morning at the hospital premises. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayanthi said that the government takes this incident very seriously. This is not an isolated incident subjected to a female doctor or a woman. Such incidents should not occur in the island. The government considers this as a responsibility to take all necessary measures to prevent such incidents in the future and secure all the environment for all females in general. The minister added that a discussion in this connection was held at the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital this morning with the relevant staff, including medical officers. First of all, measures should be taken to all allay the fear of psychos among the female health staff, including the doctors. Security measures will also be effective during this period.
සේවිකාවන් සියලු දෙනා යම් කිසි ආකාරයකට බීතියකට පත් වෙලා ඉන්නේ යම් කම්පැනියකට පත් වෙලා ඉන්නේ මේ දින කිහිපය තුලදී තාම ඉක්මනට අද සවසේ ඉඳලා ආරක්ෂිත ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා.
Meanwhile, Minister Anand Vijayapala said that in Parliament today that the suspect connected to the incident was arrested at the Galnava area. Minister Anand Vijayapala said that he would inform the August House that the suspect taken into custody in Galnava this morning. As pledged yesterday, measures have been taken to produce the suspect before courts and take relevant legal actions. Although the suspect was taken into custody this morning, the medical officers did not end their strike. Patients faced immense difficulties due to this action.
Former Director General of Information Department, Dr. Ranga Kalansuri, emphasizes that the media should report incidents in a way that cause no harm to the affected parties. He made these remarks in reference to reports published by some media outlets regarding recent events. Several incidents involving children and women were reported in recent days. Intense discussions have been erupted regarding the way some media outlets and social media have shared information on these events. In relation to an incident that occurred in Anuradhapura yesterday, Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayanthi requested the media to report the incident without revealing the identities of the affected individuals. Dr. Ranga Kalansuri emphasized that when reporting incidents of sexual abuse involving children and women, the primary responsibility of the media media and social media is to avoid causing unnecessary harm to the affected individuals by disclosing sensitive information. He highlighted a concerning trend where such individuals are often further exploited by the media and social media. Dr. Kalansurya stressed the importance of reporting these incidents while safeguarding the personal information of the victims and commended media outlets that uphold the respect and dignity of those affected. He also noted that the Minister of Health has called for responsible reporting of such incidents. Dr. Kalansurya urged the media to cover the recent incident in Anuradhapura with the utmost responsibility, ensuring that the personal information of the victims is not revealed. The national television always conducts its reporting in adherence to media ethics. The national television avoids reporting incidents of child abuse, exploitation or crimes using graphics. The national television remains committed to upholding the standards in its reporting while prioritizing the national responsibility.
And meanwhile, President Anuradhapura says that the national economy can be strengthened through systematic urban development. The President made these remarks during a meeting with officials of the Urban Development Authority held today at the Presidential Secretariat. The discussions focused on reviewing the UDA's ongoing development projects and ensuring the effective utilization of budget allocations with an emphasis on key priorities. Emphasis was placed on the need to integrate economic, social, environmental and physical aspects while formulating and implementing urban. This emphasized the significance of streamlining the approval process for urban plans through an online system, emphasizing the importance of coordinating with relevant institutions. Currently, development plans have been formulated for 119 cities across the country. The meeting explored strategies for their swift implementation and addressed challenges arising in the process. Several key areas were reviewed, including urban planning and capital investment. The meeting was attended by Minister Anuradhapura and Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanatkumanayaka.
President Anuradhapura Disanayaka stated that the current government's objective is to build a prosperous society in which the entire advantages of progress are distributed equitably. The President made these remarks during a discussion held yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat. The meeting was held with officials from the Ministry of Rural Development, Social Security and Community Empowerment. The discussion focused on government and non-governmental organizations working together to ensure citizens' economic, social and cultural security. Attention was also given to providing financial assistance to economically vulnerable groups with a proposal to allocate 55 billion rupees from the Samruddhi Fund for this purpose. Additionally, the meeting addressed the need to enhance legal and institutional frameworks to support the social protection and economic empowerment of women, children, vulnerable groups and marginalized individuals, aligning with national priorities and international standards. The event was attended by Minister Dr. Upali Pannilage, Deputy Minister Wasantha Piyathissa and Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanatkumanayaka.
And meanwhile, accepting applications for postal voting of the local government elections has been extended up to 12 midnight of the 17th of this month. The Elections Commission has taken this decision considering the delays may occur in the postal service and request of the public servants. The deadline for accepting postal voting applications was scheduled to end midnight tonight. Accordingly, the application should be sent to relevant district election officers before the midnight of the 17th. Officials of the Public and Security Divisions who intend to apply for postal voting are able to forward their applications today as well. The Elections Commission requests the public servants not to hand over their applications to the post from tomorrow to the 17th as a measure to prevent the delays in postal service. Therefore, the relevant application forms should be placed in a separate envelope and present to the certifying officer by hand. Meanwhile, even though tomorrow is a POI day, the head office of the Elections Commission and all the other district offices will be kept open. Meanwhile, the Elections Commission stresses that accepting applications of postal voting only for the local government bodies of Puneri, Mana and Dehiyat Kandir has been extended up to the 19th of this month. The nomination notices for these three local government bodies were published 10th of this month. Placing deposits for the candidates of the National People's Power who contest for the Colombo Municipal Council was held at the Colombo District Secretariat today under the patronage of the candidate for mayor post, Very Clary Balsasar. Meanwhile, the placing deposits for Anuradhapura Municipal Council and several other local government institutions was held today. 3 accepted political parties and 1 independent group placed their deposits for the local government bodies in the Vavuniya district today. The National People's Power, Jananayaka Tamil Deshiya Kuttani and another political party are among them. Leader of the Janasitha Peramuna, Venerable Bhattaramulle Seelaratana Thera, placed the deposits for the candidates in the Badulla district today at the election office set up at the Badulla district secretariat. Deposit money was placed today for the Samagi Jana Balavege candidates who contested 21 local government institutions in the Kurunegala district. Former Minister Ashok Abesinghe and Jaradna Herad were present at the Kurunegala elections office for this purpose.
A group of new electoral organisers of the United National Party received their appointment letters at the Sirikota party headquarters. The first stage of electing new electoral organisers, district leaders and authorised leaders was held today. Party leader, former President Ranil Wickremesinghe and several other leaders were present at this occasion. There was a tense situation at this meeting.
On your more local story this evening, the leader of the House, Bimal Ratnayaka, says that Parliament has an unavoidable responsibility regarding public funds. Presenting a list of expenses of former speakers and the current speaker to the Parliament, the leader of the House made these remarks in the Parliament today. Leader of the House, Bimal Ratnayaka, expressed the government's support for the Speaker's decision to conduct an audit for the expenses inquired by Parliament. He then tabled the financial report complied and certified by the Parliament Finance Director, Sarath Kumara. Minister Ratnayaka highlighted that former Speaker Mahindayapa Bewardhana utilised 8 vehicles and consumed fuel worth 26 million rupees from January to December 2023. He also noted that former Deputy Speaker Ajit Rajapaksha used 6 vehicles with fuel cost amounting to 14 million rupees, and the Deputy Committee Chair of the 9th Parliament used 4 vehicles, consuming 7.8 million rupees in fuel. For the first 9 months of 2024, Minister Ratnayaka said that the former Speaker used 9 vehicles with fuel expenses totaling to 33 million rupees. The Deputy Speaker for the same period used fuel worth 13 million rupees for 6 vehicles, while the Deputy Committee Chair utilised 4 vehicles with fuel cost amounting to 7.2 million rupees. The Leader of the House further reported that in the last quarter of 2024, the current Speaker used fuel worth 123,000 rupees, the Deputy Speaker used 45,000 rupees worth fuel, and the Deputy Committee Chair used 18,000 rupees worth fuel. For January 2025, the Speaker's fuel expenses amounting to 218,000 rupees, the Deputy Speaker's to 23,000 rupees, and the Parliamentary Committee Chair's to 81,000 rupees. As of February 25th, 2025, the Speaker has used fuel worth 123,000 rupees, the Deputy Speaker 25,000 rupees, and the Deputy Committee Chair 18,000 rupees. Minister Ratnayaka commended the Parliament's efforts to keep the costs under control and urged that legal action be taken following the completion of the audit process.
Deputy Minister Namal Karnaratne says that for the first time in history, the present government has completed providing compensations for crop damages. The Deputy Minister made these remarks joining the committee stage debate on the expenditure heads of the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Lands and Irrigation in Parliament today. Minister K.D. Lalkantha said that he is not stressing that this would be 100% successful. The Ministry of Agriculture has directly taken this responsibility since problem has not been addressed by any past governments. There is no topic as wildlife management in Sri Lanka. For a wildlife management project, there should be a consensus on wildlife population. Even with trial and error methods, this should be conducted for the sake of the farmers. For the first time in the history, farmers have earned a profit in selling paddy harvest. During the last Maha season, paddy farmers complained that they couldn't sell their harvest at proper price. However, in this season, farmers have the opportunity to sell their harvest at higher prices. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that the government should count the production capacity per acre. Farmers had faced many natural disasters during the last season. The government should estimate the entire crop damages. Compensations have not yet been paid for their damages.
Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne said that for the first time in history, even before the season comes to an end, compensations have been completed. A sum of 952 billion rupees has already been paid for the relevant farmers. The Paddy Marketing Board has been developed as an effective body. When the present government came into power, the Paddy Marketing Board was to pay arrears of 540 billion rupees for the farmers. In addition, 4,280 billion rupees were to pay for the other institutions. The Paddy Marketing Board has already paid 1,690 billion rupees for this amount. The loss-making Milko company has also been transformed as a profit-making entity.
Well, you're watching Rupavahini News, and we do have someone very special in the studios with us today. From the soulful voice behind I Need a Dollar and Wake Me Up to a global icon of music and inspiration, we are thrilled to welcome the incredibly talented Aloe Blacc to our studios. A warm welcome, Aloe.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure and privilege to have you with us in the Rupavahini News studios. So initially, let's talk about the current situation of your music career.
Well, yeah, I've just released an album called Stand Together. It's an album full of songs that are inspired by non-profit organizations that are helping the community to improve the situation for the most vulnerable people. One of those songs is called Don't Go Alone. It's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
And also, Aloe, what's your purpose in visiting Sri Lanka?
Well, I've come to Sri Lanka to learn about possible investment opportunities. I've become friends with the brilliant Dr. Gomika Udugamasoria, and I know that he's working in the ministry around research and development, so the national initiative around research and development. So I've come to find out what are the investment opportunities that are possible for Westerners so that we can bridge the gap of increasing domestic product here.
Very interesting, Aloe. So what are the areas you would like to explore in terms of business in Sri Lanka?
Well, I'm interested in, of course, music, tourism, entertainment, but I'm also interested in health. And from that perspective, it's the food, agricultural, because you have a lot of organic produce that's non-GMO, and also medicines. You know, in my relationship and friendship with Dr. Udugamasoria, I have become really interested in developing a biotech company and learning about the holistic and supplement market, but also the Western medicine market.
And it's not easy to balance music and also trying to explore different avenues in terms of business, Aloe. So how do you balance both, you know, visiting international arenas and performing, and then again trying out businesses, studying about it? Not easy. The
balance is it's a very intricate and delicate situation. I've got two beautiful kids at home and a wife as well. In the summertime, usually we'll travel together. I'll do shows and we'll stay in one area, or at off season I try not to travel as much, and I'm very, very specific and particular with the places that I do go. And this trip here to Sri Lanka was one that I told my wife about a while ago, and she was very happy for me to come to understand what is the lay of the land, the business opportunity, and maybe next time I can come do a concert but also bring the family.
Interesting, and we're looking forward to that. And you did speak about music collaborations. So the song you did with Avicii was a collaboration, Wake Me Up, and which was a major hit globally. Yeah. So how was it like working with Avicii?
Working with Avicii was a dream come true. He was one of the very best dance music producers that you can imagine. And so the opportunity to work with him and have such a magnificent hit was really, really an honor of my career. I was just lucky that I had the opportunity to share these words from my heart to the world.
And speaking of collaborations, do you intend to collaborate with musicians in Sri Lanka?
Absolutely. Keeping my ear to the radio to see and hear what are the artists that I can work with. Hopefully there's a dance artist, EDM, that is someone that I can meet and collaborate with. But I've had the opportunity to meet with some of the legendary musicians of Sri Lanka in very, very deep cultural drumming. And I hope that there's a collaboration that I can do there.
And we are absolutely looking forward to lovely fusion music as well, Aloe, because that'll be nice collaborating with people from our country.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for joining in with us for the news. And it's a very short interview, but it was a privilege having you. And we are looking forward to a lot of collaborations, and we do have something for you later on. And we will have an extended version of the interview later on. So thank you so much. Enjoy your stay here in Sri Lanka.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, and we extend our heartfelt gratitude for ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation and from the entire Sri Lankans to the legendary Aloe Blacc. So moving ahead with more local stories, the Rupavahini Sadharma Varsha program of the Madin Full-Born Poet Day will be held at the Sri Pada Sacred premises tomorrow. Measures have been taken to live telecast the program from 6 a.m. through the national television. The national television conducts a live telecast on each Madin Full-Moon Poet Day. This year's program has been organized for the 42nd occasion. Especially a large number of devotees arriving to Sri Pada Sacred premises from various concerns on the island. The all-night Pirit chanting ceremony will telecast on the national television.
Met Department says showers or thunder showers expected to occur in several places in the night time in Western and Sabaragamu provinces and Angol, Mathura and Kurunegala districts. A few showers are expected to occur in Eastern Province and Mullaitivu district. Several spells of showers are expected to occur in the northern, north central, eastern, Uva and southern provinces and Mathura and Nuwara districts. The department has indicated that showers or thunder showers are expected to occur in other areas of the country during the evening and night time. Sea areas around Colombo to Mathura coast via Gaul are expected to experience several spells of showers or thunder showers. Met Department has indicated that the surrounding sea areas is expected to be heavily rough.
Minister Ramalingam Chandrasekhar says that the opinions and suggestions for the proposed fisheries draft bill can be given up on the 15th of this month. The minister made these remarks while issuing a statement to media. Minister Ramalingam Chandrasekhar said that a new draft bill has been presented. He said that the objective behind the new bill is to address the shortcomings in the legal aspect pertaining to the previous act and provide solutions for the issues faced by the fisheries communities. The minister invited all stakeholders to hand over criticism, opinions and suggestions pertaining to the new draft bill to the ministry secretary on or before the 25th of this month.
Well, that's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
Welcome back with international stories. And Ukraine has agreed to accept an immediate 30-day ceasefire with Russia proposed by the United States after a break of US-Ukraine talks in Saudi Arabia.
The Kremlin said it was awaiting details from Washington about the ceasefire proposal. The talks in Jeddah were the first official meeting between the two countries since the meeting between Ukrainian President Zelensky and US President Donald Trump in the Oval Office last month. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he would present the offer to Russia, and Moscow is yet to publicly comment on the issue. And on sports news, Sri Lanka has been selected to host the South Asian Football Championship this year.
The relevant decision was reached during a meeting of the South Asian Football Federation. The meeting was held in Nepal. Hosting rights to the South Asian Football Championship were granted to Sri Lanka following a request made by President of the Sri Lanka Football Federation, Jaswar Umar. The championship was previously held in Sri Lanka in 2008. Accordingly, Sri Lanka will host the South Asian Football Championship after a gap of 17 years. The tournament, involving India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal and the Maldives and Sri Lanka, is scheduled to take place in June this year. And that's it on tonight's stories. Watch us tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita, signing off. Sharifa. Stay safe. Good night.